Arsen, your situation is no different than ours. I'm sure you hear what we are going through. We hear what you are going through. It is Holy Week. It is almost Palm Sunday this week. And then very soon after will be Easter. What are your thoughts? What is life in Jerusalem like? What is life for you? And give us an idea of what's happening there.
Yes. Hello, first of all. I would say, with regard to your question, that Jerusalem is under siege, but this time it is from an unseen enemy. We have very strict security procedures and measures. Yesterday, they issued a law saying that you need to go out in masks and you must have a certain purpose to go, mainly 3 or 4 things. One is to get food, 2, medication, 3, medical treatment, and 4, legal things related to the court. If you go for any other reason, then you will surely get a fine. The Armenian community understands very well the laws that have been stipulated and issued recently. And for this reason, we go according to the law. It is quite sad to see that in a period that is known to receive so many tourists and friends from abroad, we are seeing the country on a lockdown. As you know very well, Lent season is very special in the Holy Land, especially in Jerusalem and to a large extent in Bethlehem and Nazareth. Bethlehem being the place where Jesus was born, and Nazareth being the place where the good news, the Annunciation, came. And Jerusalem is the place where Jesus died, was buried, and then rose on the 3rd day. So during the Lenten season, we fast, we pray, we do a lot of charity, and also stay close to the community. It seems that this year Lent is real Lent, because it seems like the whole world is also in a state of imposed monasticism, if you may. So we are really living this 40-day period with the pain of the coronavirus that is leading to the death of many and the suffering of many. So we pray from this Holy Land that things will get better and that the coronavirus epidemic will be put to an end soon.
Arsen,
yes.
we keep hearing of unemployment in our area. Today's report is 6.6 million Americans. What is the unemployment? I do know everyone knows tourism is a major, if not the main, industry in the Holy Land. And many Armenians I know, maybe you too, are involved in work in the tourism industry. How does this affect you? How are you doing employment-wise, socially, mentally? How is life?
I would say that the impact of the coronavirus drama is tremendous, substantial. Tourism companies are really put to the edge, if you may. Some of them are in the danger of bankruptcy. I am the consultant of a tourism agency called Terra Day. You can Google it. We've been in business for 7 years. The company is still surviving, but if this goes on for a long time, there would be also question marks. Fortunately, we're still surviving. I would say that many Armenians and Christians are quite active in the tourism industry. And this country has been a touristic country, or a country that has been depending on tourism for at least the last 200 years, the last 2 centuries. So this presents a great threat. Coronavirus in Jerusalem, in Israel, started on the 22nd of February. Prior to that, by 2 weeks, there was a case of some Greek pilgrims in Bethlehem. So Bethlehem saw the first cases, particularly in the Beit Jala area of Bethlehem. I'm sure you're familiar with the area.
Yes.
Not far from the Nativity Church, about 4 or 5 kilometers, 3 miles, I would say. The tourism industry really received some strong strikes, and it still is going through challenging days. We hope that this would be over because, as is the case in the United States, we have hundreds of thousands of unemployed people. I would say more than a million, according to my estimates. Since some people are being employed but receiving a portion of their previous income, like 50% or less. So I would consider them also as unemployed to a large extent. If you're being paid 40, 45%, 50% of your salary, then it's, in a way on the brink of unemployment, because if this goes on, then the tourism companies and others might just get rid of the employees.
Arsen, we
Yeah.
keep hearing that the doors of the Holy Sepulchres are closed, the Church of the Nativity closed, Nazareth Church closed, and all these major Christian sites where tourists flock are all closed. How do you feel, especially this week, which is Palm Sunday, and then the Feast of Light? I know many people, just following the pictures, they get so amazed at the beauty and the joy of Easter welcoming in the Holy Sepulchre. How does it make the whole community feel, or the Armenian community?
It is really saddening. A law was issued just yesterday. A law was issued which said that you cannot celebrate with anyone but your nuclear family, meaning the people who are living with you right now. You are not able to celebrate with anyone else. Seeing the church or churches closed is really, really shocking to everyone. It seems that this year is a year that we wouldn't want to remember in the future. We would think about 2018, 2019, and then probably jump to 2021. Hopefully the coronavirus drama would be long gone by then. Yes, so it is quite shocking, but you need to go according to the instructions. As a good citizen, you need to obey the laws. We understand why they're doing it, in order to stop the spread of coronavirus and do social distancing. But the fact that all of this came in a period close to Easter, or in particular the Lenten season, it can be quite significant or meaningful, I would say, because this could be a call for people's examination of their conscience, to ask themselves questions that they never had time to ask. The meaning of life, spirituality, that money can't get you everything that you need, like many people thought. Many people thought that money would, we saw tons of money being thrown in the streets of Italy by some millionaires, saying we had all this money, it couldn't help us. They literally threw tons of money in the streets. I don't know if you saw those photos, Martin. So it's quite sad, but this could be an opportunity to remember the pains of Christ, and also to see that there is a spiritual dimension. Especially if we look at the Western civilization, for example, you would see that after the Renaissance, or let's put it this way, prior to the Renaissance, people were giving a lot of time to spirituality, philosophy, and other subjects related to them. But then after the Renaissance, the concern was more with mathematics, physics, and technology. Don't get me wrong, these things are amazing. I'm a big fan of technology, mathematics, and so on. But these subjects were kind of neglected. The issues of spirituality, philosophy, intellectual thinking, and so on. So this could be a great opportunity for many to just delve deep into very deep writing, like Saint Gregory's writings, or for example, Saint Augustine. The fathers of the church have amazing books where you can read. So I believe that every defeat or every challenge presents an opportunity. So we shouldn't become desperate, and we must stay strong. And it's very important to remember that the Armenian community is the oldest remaining community in Jerusalem, meaning that we've been here since prior to the time of Christ, and we still remained. We never left. So we are the oldest community from that sense. So we remained in an ongoing way, meaning that since Jerusalem is on the intersection of civilizations, we saw about a dozen armies and civilizations come and go, but we stayed strong, and we believe that we will stay strong in this challenging period as well. But I invite everyone to think deep in this very special period, and never to lose hope. Never, never.
Arsen, you're very, very inspiring. You're very eloquent. You're very knowledgeable.
Thank you.
Is there anything else in closing this interview?
I would say that it is very important to remember your loved ones. Remember in this season the needy and the poor and the sick, and also the prisoners. Now all of us are kind of getting the taste of what it's like to be an inmate or imprisoned. So remember these people, the imprisoned, the poor, the sick, and the needy. And remember also that this period presents with it lots of spiritual treasures that we can also celebrate next year. In the meantime, try to remember this year, and we hope to see every single person that's watching this video next year in Jerusalem with good chorovads and other Armenian foods.
Arsen, it was on our schedule to be in Jerusalem in the coming January with a very nice group, and I hope that will be realized, and I hope everything will turn to normal by then. And I very, very much hope we'll meet you and have some good times, whether it is chorovads or whether it's just discussion. Would love to meet
cognac.
you. Congratulations and good luck. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Okay, bye-bye.